Hello.
So where's this tour going after this? So heading back
We're doing the Southwest, Phoenix, Arizona, Tempe, Albuquerque.
El Paso? That's why you're not going home?
Well, we're going to Texas, but not El Paso. El Paso's just an awful town.
I don't blame you.
Nasty town.
Excuse me, there.
Yeah.
I think we should just sit it down.
The best thing about El Paso is Juarez.
Okay, right across the border.
Across the border.
It's a nice sleazy border town.
Yeah, I got beat up in Matamoros, which is right across from
Lucky
Brownsville, by some Mexican pig. My hair was a little longer then, and they didn't really like that too much. So they
Is that
dealt
your
on it
first
there.
trip to Mexico?
No, that was when I lived there. I used to live there before I came to Reed, and yeah, that was a bad scene. I was on my way. They have this thing where if you take your car in as a tourist, this friend of mine is from Chicago.
They slapped a little sticker on it.
Yeah,
Says,
they're
Turisto.
Yeah, you have to leave the country once every 6 months with your car. And my friend just spaced massively on that. So then he got his car impounded, and then he had to pay money to get his car unimpounded. And then he had to pay an extra fine for being over the period.
Exactly.
And then so then he had to drive it
And
out
a little
the country.
something for the wife.
My children.
Yeah, my great.
Yeah, Mexico's great for that shit.
Yeah. That's what.
Nice and corrupt.
Right. Well, that's what I found. You know, the first time I caught you, I guess, was in Paris. That show.
Yeah, that's
And,
right.
right after that, like I went down to East Africa for a while.
Yeah.
The borders down there are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It got to like a woman, for instance, if she didn't want to have her bag, so I just throw a box of tampons on top. They wouldn't touch it. You know?
Right.
But
Oh.
if you wanted to,
Right.
in the
Bad
case
mojo.
Of, yeah, in the case of Americans or something, you could just like chuck a carton of Marlboros on top that's open, you know, and they'll just say, oh, Marlboros, you know, it costs like 10 days' wages to buy a pack.
You're right on.
Take it.
I'll take
Go
one
right
of
on
these.
through.
Yeah.
Have another one.
Great.
They're, that's the way it is.
Yeah.
It's real nice that way, though, you know.
Yeah, it's all out front, you can deal with it. It's much weirder in the places where you have the huge, complicated bureaucratic approach, like Soviet Union and stuff like America.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to spend next year back there. Let's see.
Far out.
Presumably I'm getting out of Reed this year. Hopefully. It's about fucking time. And apply for fellowship to study, overtly study malaria on the coast of Kenya.
Really?
Right. But all I'm going to do is, buy some malaria pills and suntan lotion.
Wait, did you apply for Watson?
Oh, yeah. This is the IBM family that gives out all this box.
Oh, nice.
7,000 just for free, just travel.
Right.
Take a travel. So,
Oh,
see how that works out.
Yeah, sure. That'd be good. We're planning on going to Egypt next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Great.
Have you ever been there?
No, but Richard, the
You'll
guy
dig the hell out of it.
one of our guys has been there a bunch of times. He's got a great setup going on. They have an outdoor performing area right below the paws of the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there.
There's
Where
one
they
there.
have a sound one. Have you seen the new
We're
James
gonna
Bond
play
movie?
there.
Have you seen the new James
No,
Bond
I
movie?
haven't
Yeah,
seen
they have
it.
a scene from that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's
That's
what's, I mean, if you're into James Bond, you know.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, he's
flashes from it and all that.
Yeah, it's good escape, entertainment.
Thanks a lot, Si.
But, yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, that's
Those
our
are just-
our
they're
plan.
There's
just-
the next
Plan
album
Egypt and
cover right
Israel.
there is underneath this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can levitate the pyramid for a moment.
Move them to the Sinai or something, you know. I don't really
Turn it
start
upside
something
down like it's supposed to be. Believe we will.
But
God, that's great. So will you hit any other countries like in...
You won't be doing Europe. No, it's touchy, it's real hard. I mean, rock and roll, it's like saying we're going to bring bombs in, they don't really dig it. And it's not even cool in a lot of just straight European countries. It's not cool in Italy, it's not cool in Spain, not cool in Greece.
France is cool.
France is okay.
We had you guys were planning on like Middle East tour at some point, weren't you? Not Middle East, but Far East tour.
Well, somebody invited us to Persia for this kind of like a private party.
Go for it.
Don't offend the sheikh.
Yeah,
Don't have your
Jay by the
hands.
shy, you say.
But I don't know. It's one of those things. If it were too touchy, we really couldn't trust ourselves to go there. I know we'd fuck up.
Yeah.
It just have to happen.
They had, well, yeah, you've probably talked to Kesey since last spring. He came to read, just in terms of sort of read relevant things. Do you want to scrape under the line here?
Yeah, sure.
This group of Iranian dissidents or something to talk like, so the Kesey up there, Gretchen Kafuri, who's on a state, I guess a state
Yeah, she's
rep.
a state senator or something.
Who's pretty, it was her husband who introduced like all the homegrown, pot laws.
Great.
In Oregon. And but Kesey was up there with them and all these Iranian dissidents, right? And everybody's there to see Kesey. Nobody showed up to see the Iranians,
I bet they were pissed.
No, but then the Iranians started getting into this thing of trying to disrupt. This other group of Iranians showed up because they didn't think that these supposed dissidents, they thought they were actually agents of the Shah, So they were shouting, turned into a big shouting match. It was
That's
outrageous.
great. That shit is amazing.
And like there were all these high risk students just sitting there going, what the fuck is going on here? What's happening?
Political madness.
Yeah. But Kesey was the one who calmed it down and he just grabbed the mic and said, look you guys, what is this bullshit?
Started playing his harp.
Yeah.
It was
Started playing.
He
Yeah.
just jumps up and just boogieing around.
He's had some great of those kind of scenes. There was a time they were having some kind of reception for Genet at Stanford.
Damn, keep doing this thing.
Right when Genet was supporting the Black Panthers,
yeah.
real heavy. And he was there with all these Black Panthers and stuff like that. And they're having this reception, and Kesey comes in and just,
Come on, you guys.
he's totally fucking shameless, He just starts raving crazy shit at him and stuff like that. Just completely stole the show.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. He's good. One time we played at some college up here, and it was during that period of time when there were a lot of campus bombings, been some bombings and stuff like that when we were playing. He came and he brought this, these like 6 sticks painted red with wire and an alarm clock.
Oh, God.
A couple of batteries taped on, stuck them up on top of the amplifier, and halfway through the show, all of a sudden, here's this school official, just like eyes bugging out, sweat pouring on. There's a bomb on stage. Evacuate, everybody be calm, and all this thing. They actually started evacuating the place, the guy's going through all these changes, and I went up to the amplifier, and I couldn't believe that he could, that he was talking. I picked the thing up, I bring it over to him and show it to him, battery falls off. Is this the bomb? That was funny. Shit.
Yeah, they had. I remember. I guess it was Babs and that thing came walking in with a girl. It was place was saturated with the press, right? And he comes walking in looking like Clark Kent or something, with this big hat on, big thing sticking out to the press, and all these real ancient cameras hanging out.
Right.
It was really
Old
funny.
speed graphic.
Right. Yeah. It was incredible. It's real nice.
Oh,
is this
right.
one- Is this the one you were using last night?
Yeah.
I thought you had. What was the one with the T in the neck? I see a number of those in stores and stuff. It's no company against Ellen Victor.
Travis Bean.
Travis, isn't it? Yeah. You're not still using that one then?
I have been.
Take-
Would you?
yeah.
I have been using it, and I just got this back from the guy that made it for me, who's worked on it, so. And wanted to see if there was still anything between me and it.
Do you have your guitars worked on at Alembic?
No. Don't trust him. There's a guy named Doug Irwin who's real good, does real nice work. Like when I gave him this guitar, it was really pretty beat up. It had a decal on it. This, I got it back from him and he inlaid it in wood and brass.
Oh, man.
God, it blew my mind. Now there's a guy, that alone made it worth trying. Just a second, you can talk to me while I'm doing this.
That's good.
Oops.
So you just been sitting in the foreroom?
Sleeping. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Doing pretty much a lot of nothing. We all went to Trader Vic's last night after the show and drowned our sorrows in zombies and
Oh, God, those drinks are
scorpions. Yeah, no kidding. We were speaking in tongues by the time they kicked us out of there.
Yeah, this is one of the weirder states for Google's laws too.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that.
One of the worst. There's this organization called the.
I don't know.
Well,
Like
that's
this
the
thing here.
And
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then you can put a cube.
Pause
Let's
it.
put
All right, thanks a lot.
Your business, Bob.
Okay. Nice to see old Walton down there.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
still hopping around.
Did you hear about the big parade the town gave them when they won? Oh
That's
wow, this
great.
is out of control. Bill was just great, man. There was a big crowd. We followed the parade for a while, and then we went down. They had a presentation of the trophy in front of the city hall, and they had the mayor and the governor of Oregon.
Yeah,
and they had-
the mayor was taking hits off the bottom and stuff.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, Bill had like 7 different beers in the time I saw him. He was pouring beer on the mayor and beer on the trophy and beer on
Great.
the audience. He was really getting down. Everyone was just going wild. I mean, I'd never seen so many different. I mean, you know, not just a bunch of freaks or basketball jocks or anything like that. You know, it was secretaries and businessmen and
Yeah.
just all kinds of people. It was really hip.
Guy's really a great
They
player.
really got behind it. It was the largest crowd in Portland since the end of World War II. Yeah, they are.
Great, I'm glad to hear it.
Really? The town really went wild.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
For sure.
I keep calling that guy, I think he's in Palo Alto, he's your agent now or something, at least with Jerry Garcia band.
Richard, he's the
Yeah.
guy that goes to Egypt.
Right.
All right.
But he's a lot like me. He doesn't want to know about anything. He doesn't want to work, fundamentally. Very hard to get a message through to him.
Yeah. But, yeah, just trying to, see about getting you up to read or something.
What, to play?
Yeah, would you be
Yeah.
interested?
Ah, God, I don't know. See, time it's tough because we have to schedule our band stuff between Grateful Dead things, and I'm working on a record now, or that band is. And
We're saying, well, you just,
it would actually
Financially,
be kind
outreach
of
question.
like be fun.
yeah. If you got to reach question financially to bring you guys all the way up, I guess the thing we're talking about.
What we would do is do a few gigs,
Yeah.
in Eugene, and
Catch on a tour, right,
yeah,
essentially.
like Portland or something like that. Do a few.
Yeah, because Bob's band played, I don't know, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, when I first
And
came.
they had a hell of a time too. They had a good time.
They did good. Yeah, everyone had a good time this song, for sure. Yeah, they were really well received.
What are you using the strings now?
These are these strings called Vinci's, and they're made by this guy Tommy Vinci, this guy in New York City who builds the string winding machine that all the other companies.
Oh wow.
And the interesting thing about them is that they don't have any nickel in them, so in terms of their magnetic efficiency, they're about 15% more
Better.
efficient as far as magnets are
What is it,
concerned.
just pure steel?
Yeah. They don't last very long. They rust through in a night. I mean, they're really
You
big.
lost a couple last night, at least one.
Oh yeah, I did. That was the first string I broke in about 4 years. Me and Ramrod were exclaiming about it. It's because I have this guitar isn't set up quite right yet. I need to fool with this and listen a little bit.
I'm still working on that black walnut thing.
Oh yeah?
I talked to you about that 3 years ago.
Yeah.
One of these days. Come on.
Oh, jeez, I hate this. This is really the most miserable part of music. Tuning.
Passion too.
I don't have to do that.
Oh,
I brought you
roll.
something.
Oh,
Okay,
cinnamon
piano.
roll.
I was almost spacing out.
I've gotten nuts behind piano tuning. What's that?
Whenever you have time to enjoy it, this is, I don't know. What do you think, Jeff? I think it's the best cinnamon roll in the world. Check it out.
Okay.
It's from this restaurant. It's the smallest restaurant in Portland, I guess. I don't know. They seat about 12 people for dinner.
Amazing.
And they have 2 seatings of dinner
So,
Friday night and 2
Oh, I
seatings
see.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
And then they have brunch from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday, and that's all. They're open like 8 months a year, and it's just a couple. They used to teach at Reed.
Gotcha.
Do it.
That's a nice trip. There's a few places like that around. It's like actually the best of those kind of trips, restaurant trips. Those things.
Oh, yeah.
It's like eating at home.
these
Almost
guys-
as good as eating at home.
These guys spend like a week making the food they serve was too nice,
Wow.
on Sunday morning. And so I just open that thing up. You gotta take a look at that.
Wait a minute. One thing at a time. Besides, I don't want to get cinnamon on my guitar yet.
That's for sure.
I'll wait until after the disastrous first set, and then I'll be ready for anything.
Oh,
Oh, I hope you get disastrous.
You should have heard as you're moaning and groaning.
You guys are always up in your standards, and people are not quite following you. You know.
Well, when did you played? You started the tour in Seattle, or did you?
Yeah,
And so this is the second stop.
yeah, that's right.
Aha.
So we're
Get that out of the picture.
but our second night in Seattle was really a beautiful night. It was really a nice night. Really, I mean, we actually enjoyed it.
That's good.
That's why we're jaded as hell.
I can imagine.
well, so Walton showed up. He
Yeah.
said he was just gonna hang out.
Yeah, I just spoke to him briefly.
He sure is big.
Yeah, guy's about tall and a half, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He's even tall when he's sitting down.
Yeah, I know. It's just. I don't know.
Boy, I hate this. Is so fucking boring.
You change your strings for every show?
Yeah. Sometimes twice a show.
So how much longer is the tour going to be? You going to go play in the Bay Area after this?
No, we're not playing in the Bay Area. We're playing the Southwest.
Oh, what about Arizona?
Yeah.
All right.
Texas, Baton Rouge, and then we have a sort of Great Lakes leg that we're going on, and then we're working. That's what we're doing. We're not really just touring. We're working. We're going to be working all the way through January. It's good though.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
I guess after the
I got
relative
nuts not
inactivity, I
playing.
guess, compared to previous years recently.
Yeah. See, Mickey was in an automobile accident.
I know, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Pushed it along and
Oh yeah, he got nice and fucked up. Got his ear ripped off.
I saw him
Well,
just downstairs.
Yeah, they put him back together pretty good. He's got a lot of discipline, so he's able, you know, it only took 2 months before he was able to play. Pretty miraculous.
Yeah, because I remember you were originally scheduled to
Donna
come-
had an operation as
Oh,
well.
wow. That you were scheduled to play at the Coliseum in like July.
That's it, we had to blow it out for injuries. Great, thank you, Si.
You guys have a really hot road crew.
Yeah, it's the best. A great scene. I mean, this is, you know, this is like home. Coming out here is like, you know, it's much cooler than it is at home.
What happened to that Englishtown thing? I heard the outside view. You know, like the crowd bullshit.
Wasn't bad.
Really?
I mean, well, we weren't playing very well.
Mhm.
I mean, because it was after like 2 months of not playing at all, and also it was that thing of Donna was fresh from the hospital. She had to do the whole gig sitting down. She couldn't stand up.
Over the cast or
It was
something.
fucked up, yeah. I mean, you know, so we were there, you know. Not,
Done?
well, now I have to let it sit for a while,
Stretch.
and everything has to get adjusted. See, the Travis Bean, the nice thing about it is that it's incredibly stable, so you can change the strings and do all that. You don't have to go through any changes. But this guitar, like other wooden guitars, to get it to really work right and play in tune and so forth, you really have to set it up again after every time you put the strings on, because it changes the hull.
Oh,
Camera measuring.
wow.
Yeah.
How old is that thing?
Oh, it's about, I guess maybe 5 years, 6 years old, I guess. I'm not exactly sure how old.
What kind of brand is it?
It's not any brand. The guy made it.
What kind of
Well.
pickups?
These things, I don't know. There's this new company that makes these things, and I don't even know what they're called. I don't know what the name of them is, but they're a single coil pickups like a Stratocaster.
Yeah. Have you heard of Danny Shields pickups? You know,
Yeah.
There's this guy in town or somewhere. He might be down in Eugene or something.
Mhm.
But he's supposed to wind these incredible pickups. Just beautiful things.
It's one of those things that I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure what the trip is with them. I don't really like magnetic pickups all that much. I wish there was some other way to do it. It's kind of clumsy. And the thing is that the hotter you make the pickup, the more irregular the harmonics get to be because it bends the string down here.
Yeah.
You know, if you have real strong magnets, it's like
Yeah.
the string instead of being like that, is like that. So the harmonics here are incredibly and harmonic.
Yeah, right.
So you always wonder, why the fuck does my guitar sound like it's not in tune here? Even though you run into those kind of weird exchanges about intonations.
Talk to me.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Has anybody ever given you the rap about piano tuning?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, if you
Got
play
a tune in a
piano,
couple days.
you ought to understand what it's
know.
about, because it's,
I know.
yeah, it's a weird thing, and it's one of those things where you can find yourself in that space of playing an instrument and wondering why it doesn't seem like it's in tune to you, even though it's because there's all these different ways of adjusting the spread, the intervals, because it's,
How do you do it?
it's, it depends on the taste of the piano tuner. See, they can't tune it like righteously in tune because it's an artificial division of the octave. I mean, a real octave doesn't divide into 12 equal parts. So they're trying to accomplish something that really doesn't ever quite work.
Can't
Yeah,
work.
that's
Out of
right.
Well, that's like the
Indian musicians called all Western music out of tune music. That's how they characterize it. Ah, that out of tune music. Ah, very nice. Yeah, Bach, wonderful out of tune music.
Yeah. Well, because you change key the frequencies for like an A for, say you're playing G is a lot different from A for playing,
Yeah, that's right.
And-
The spread is different. Yeah, right. It doesn't reflect what's really happening in nature, so it makes it a little bit weird. And so consequently, as you deal with all these different kinds of spreads, for example, if you have an electric piano, they'll, like now we're using 3 keyboards, a synthesizer, a Yamaha electric, and another piano. They're all different. They all have subtly different spreads in terms of the intervals. Oh God, these minute changes happening. Am I going crazy? What's happening?
And Reese, because you have to get in a position of power to influence things.
Oh, of
because
course.
things were in such bad shape when you first got there.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Things
well, that
are
ain't too
in worse
bad.
shape.
For example,
That's a good excuse. When they ask you, that's what you can say.
Well, I don't know, it's sort of been by,
Yeah.
well, it hasn't really been by accident, it's just, something that happened. Sure.
Well, what the hell?
No, it's a place I really like, and I get along with a lot of people there, so sort of
Good place.
fell in.
yeah, it's small.
Right.
God, it's small, man. Phew.
Always been relatively hip.
Yeah.
I don't know how many we've gone here. But,
A lot of them.
Yeah. If
I don't know, it's things like that, it's more to see if you can do them,
Right.
As soon as you get into them, you want to get out.
Exactly. Well, I proved it to myself.
Yeah.
Big deal.
No,
Where do we go from here?
A lot of it's just like bullshit work that you have to do,
Sure.
I mean, it's work. It's not, it's not really play. It's work. And after about the first 2 months of that, it gets to be sort of a drag.
Right. Actually,
That's
the
my-
absolute
that's my-
dictator space is much nicer, because no responsibility goes
At all.
along with it.
Exactly.
Just delegate mindless shit.
Yeah, I tasted it, and that's it for politics.
Everyone's always
Just
jabbing
straight-
at you to just
straight
do
up
that.
to mine.
Politics would be okay if you could either accomplish something
Right.
or have fun.
Neither's there.
No, except for somebody like maybe Adam Clayton Powell was probably not that never had fun.
Really, Bimini is supposed to be just a great place.
Yeah.
More malaria pills and suntan lotion.
Exactly.
Here.
Hell, my yellow fever shot's good till 82. Let's go. So when exactly are you thinking of, or do you, I guess you don't have an exact date, but this Egyptian gig?
Next autumn.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we're looking
That
at.
really intrigues me. We'll be out of school now.
Hopefully I'll be in Africa then. Maybe I'll take a
Europe.
paddle up the Nile or
Well,
something.
we'll be in Europe too, and then it'll be that kind of thing where it'll be at the end of a tour, and if we can do it, we'll do it, and if we have to blow it out, it won't fuck with us too seriously.
Who invited you to Persia?
Someone of the royal household there. Actually, this kind of lunatic nephew or something.
There are a lot of those. I mean,
He said it.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, right.
Father got axed by.
Yeah, right. It was a guy like that guy.
Just build a castle, send him off somewhere, and don't have fun. That's not much noise.
Stay out in the desert. Drive your cars around. This isn't working too good. Or too well. Very nicely.
Does this go here? Yeah, that's right. That's good. Jared, what would be hip would be if things seem to be cooling off somewhat. If they continue to
Says you.
Yeah, this is true. They might erupt any day. In Lebanon, I used to live there about 10 years ago, and the kinks came.
To Lebanon? Amazing. Haven't things gotten to be a lot weirder in Lebanon since then?
Yeah, well, they had a civil war.
Yeah, right.
But if things do cool off, that would be interesting. It's a
Well,
great
we're
country, or at
into
least
that,
to visit,
you know.
or at least to visit.
Yeah, we have
if
at
you happen to be in the
least one
neighborhood.
sort of perverse fantasy of playing all the trouble spots.
Sure.
You know, I mean, if we could do it without getting hung or something.
Oh no.
But
I don't
above
think-
and beyond that, as places open up, we're into them.
Yeah.
We'd like to play in Cuba. We'd love to play in China. And Bill Graham's even now trying to hustle a scene where we would play for free in Red Square in Moscow.
You should do it
God.
if you
I'd
can.
love to. Man. Right now, they won't let me go to fucking Canada. You know. You
Who,
know.
the country?
Yeah. Canadians won't.
Oh, the
I
Canada.
mean, yeah, I'm not too. You know.
Oh, I thought it was like U.S. government yankee passport.
Now, for some reason, probably because of all our old acid reputation and stuff like that, we're still looked upon as something sinister. Yeah.
Corruption.
Sort of naive countries.
I haven't got
Not here, you know.
Well, Canadians seem to be into that.
Very straight.
With the Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they really screwed him.
Yeah, well, they're, you know, it's the English style law thing, which has got a real edge to it. You know, it has a real hard edge to it. Just in terms of the experience of being busted in Canada, it's like in America when you get busted, you're at the mercy of the individual cops. It has that level of individual expression. You know, in other words, there'll be the cop that says, we got you. You know, and there'll be another guy who's the nice guy cop and says, yeah, I used to listen to your records and I have my kids. Would you sign these? You know, or, you know, you have all that range. In Canada, there's like, bam, there's the rules, and that's it. You know, there's no. It's like typical of the whole English civil servant space. You know, real. You know, no deviation. Absolutely none.
Yeah, they turned me back at the border last year. I was going to be driving back to New York, across Canada, and we shut up at this little border station. It wasn't on 5 or anything. It was like way off, Chile's that way. About 11:30, the place closes at 12, right?
The country closes at 12.
And the car's like loaded to the hilt and back, you know, like 2 guitars and amps, and so they yank out the guitars and they go, how much are these worth? You know, tell them. You know, the piece is like $1,200 for the guitars, and they said, okay, that would be $300 duty deposit.
Oh, sure.
We said, see you later, guys.
Yeah, I think you're gonna sell them, stuff like that. They're very.
That'd be, you know, I was thinking of setting that up in Paris because there's a real high demand for Martins in Paris, for instance, you know, and just
Shit, if
flying
you
over.
took Fenders over there, you could make an incredible fortune if that was your trip.
Yeah.
Any of those
Take them
actually.
over in American cars like Corvettes.
Yeah, you
Really just
totally clean up and then
and
get a whole
smuggle
bunch of
pies,
BMWs
yeah,
and bring them back here.
Sure, it does work both ways.
It does. It does. It's surprising. We ran into this Hungarian, I think. No, well, not Hungarian, pardon me. Romanian? No. Czechoslovakian, maybe Czechoslovakian. A rock and roll band. Yugoslavs, that's it. Yugoslavian rock and roll band.
Really?
And
What
these
were they
guys
called?
had paid the most extortionate price. They were called something like Locomotive
Oh,
GT.
Locomotive G. Oh, I've heard one of their
They really
albums.
weren't.
Ooh.
They're not too good.
They're really loud.
They played at the Keystone, and yeah, right.
Really? They
Yeah,
played Keystone?
yeah, right on the same bill with my band. You know.
Which band is this
funny.
with Merle?
Yeah, me and Merle, I think. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
pretty funny. Yeah. But those guys paid incredible prices. I mean, thousands and thousands of dollars for drums and stuff like that. I mean, it really was ridiculous what they had to pay.
I saw some warm-up band
Yeah.
from some. God, what was it? It was down here last year.
God, we've seen the worst warm-up bands.
Who was the warm-up band?
You ever go to any concerts, you run see tons of shitty warm-up bands.
It was when
That's why
Romberg was
it's so
playing.
good you guys don't play with him, unless you're on any of these outrageous Day on the Lawn or some such
Yeah.
Bill Graham
Then you can hardly
extravaganza.
describe the Who as a warm-up.
Oh, well,
Actually, we were their
that-
warm-up.
Oh, no, that was good. I
It
don't know
was
if you
fun.
saw it. That sounded like
They
it was
were
a good
great.
idea.
They were really great. Boy, that was neat. I dug them. I like them a lot. I like their trip.
Have you heard Peter Townsend's new album with Ronnie Lane?
Yeah,
Yeah, isn't
Good
that
stuff.
a rough mix? Yeah,
good stuff.
I like that too.
Hard.
Pete's all right.
Somebody's firing.
Well, okay, is there
What time?
anything,
What
Pardon
time
me?
do the doors open?
6:15 or something like that? Yeah.
We got cruise back across the
I
river.
still have to go home and get my tickets.
Oh, no, you don't. Well, you're on my guest list.
Oh, we
I
are?
was bring three others in. These guys have tickets.
Oh, I see, okay. In that case, they're not on my guest list. Actually, what happened with the guest list here is Dan Healy, our sound guy's got like 40 relatives or something. No shit, man, he's got a 2-page guest list, in alphabetical order.
Mom, Dad.
And in a theater like this, and of course everybody else like have to cruise from here and everything like that. It's a little bit hairy to pad the list.
Oh, yeah.
You can get on the website and do pocket tickets. I mean, that's possible.
I could do it, actually, but it just depends on whether you want to hassle with it or not. Or it's not a hassle for you. It just depends on whether you actually want to go and get your other tickets or not, or do any of the rest of that shit.
Well, just all
Actually,
depends
the
on what time
whole
it is
thing is
now.
that you don't leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you're here.
How are we gonna get in here?
Yeah. And I just tell somebody, and they would give you the passes and stuff like that. But I don't know. You might even have to go outside and go through the whole thing, although I somehow doubt it. I'm not sure how that shit works.
Yeah. It's,
Find out.
So if you'll be working through January, you won't be doing anything with your own band until next spring or something?
We might play a little bit, maybe a little bit in November, but really we're trying to get this record done. So if the record doesn't get done, then we probably won't play in November.
This is another Dead album?
No, it's my band.
Oh.
hey, you mentioned, do you have a place I can get in touch with Rock?
Scully, he just got out of jail.
Yeah, tell me about that.
You could probably get in touch with him via one of the offices. Probably a letter would work better than anything else.
Okay. Because a friend of mine who I first met Rock through had, Rock knew his parents really well,
Uh-huh.
and his father's teaching at international school, the first one
Yeah.
I went to now.
Right.
They've had like all kinds of problems. Marcel's been trying to talk to Rock, telling him family fuck ups and stuff.
Yeah, okay, just write a letter to the office and he'll get it.
Yeah, okay.
He was
What did he get popped for?
he was in the same cell as Haldeman.
Oh,
It was one of those conspiracy dope things, It was kind of a railroad job, actually, the Rock got, but it was a federal beef and tough to wrangle way out of it.
Man. But he essentially got off. How long
Pretty
was he
much,
in
he
jail?
was only in for 3 months or
Oh.
something like that.
Well,
Didn't even
3
do
months
the
too
whole
much.
time. Yeah, but that's not that bad of a jail, I mean.
If
It
all
really
of
isn't.
them in it.
Owsley was in there for 3 years. It isn't that bad. I've been down there a few times. It's one of those country club jails.
Which one is this?
A Lompoc.
Oh, this is South, this is
Southern
off
California.
101?
Yeah,
Yeah, I've driven by there a bunch of times.
yeah. It's just
sort
they
of a
have tennis
prison farm
courts
or
and all that
something.
shit. They do. Yeah, it is. It's very lightweight.
Wine
Yeah, grass. They don't even have any walls or anything on that shit.
Just like stick around, guys.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, please.
Yeah.
There's all the sort of white collar criminals.
Yeah.
Like Owsley was in there with this guy who was a bank burglar. An exacting profession. The kind of guy that tunnels into banks. Yeah.
You remember those?
France.
Heavy
got
trip.
robbed and read that
Do you
way.
remember that
Right.
that Paris robbery, or the
Oh,
French
yeah.
robbery? They're making a movie of that. It's
Ah, that'd be
outrageous.
great.
And apparently they're hiring the guys to do the movie.
Oh,
They
great.
advise them on the movie.
Why
Pay
not?
Legal fees or something, you know.
Yeah, that's a
That's
trip.
great.
That's a heavy trip. That trip is one of those levels of high professionalism.
Yeah. And that little, who was he? I think he was a watch repairman or a jeweler or something like that. So this little guy led a very sedate life.
Sound check.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been great fun.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, it's cool. My time is not. I mean, you know, I'd be back here talking to the walls if I wasn't.
Don't forget that slinger roll too.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't.
Really. Don't let anyone get started with that.
Yeah. You guys don't have to leave if you don't want to. You can hang out if you want.
Stick around.
Okay. That'd be good.
Sure.
You
Whatever.
gonna split? I think I'm gonna stay.
Are you gonna cruise out? Because I'm
You
gonna
know, my ticket's at home. Make sure Jody has them both so she can get in.
If anybody comes up and asks you what you're doing and why and all the rest of that stuff, tell them that you're on my guest list.
Okay.
Oh, bye.
And I'll probably meet you out in the seats.
I'm gonna cruise out.
But Janice is staying.
Can I get a picture of you against the wall?
Oh, no. I'm against the wall, man.
Oh.
An album cover
Make
photo.
it snappy.
Thank you.
I'll meet you guys downstairs.